Hello everyone, a warm welcome to today's session. I would like to introduce today's presenters. I am Kaushik, Senior Technical Consultant, INSYNC TechFin Solutions Limited. With me, I have our guest, Mr. Akram Sheikh, Sage Software Solutions Private Limited. So Akram, if you can introduce yourself.
Yeah, Kaushik. Thank you for the introduction. Good evening, everyone. My name is Akram Sheikh. I am an ERP consultant for Sage ERP. As an ERP product, I work for Sage Software Solution Private Limited. Back to you, Kaushik.
Okay, thank you. So in this session, we will be covering B2B e-commerce landscape, B2B e-commerce classifications, why B2B e-commerce, post-COVID scenario, ERP, the backbone of the business, ERP overview and the software modules, ERP integrated B2B e-commerce, and the demo. Since we are here to discuss about B2B landscape, let's first make a quick reintroduction to B2B. B2B is different from B2C. As we all know, B2B companies are enterprises that offers the things to other companies that need to operate and grow. In B2B, the decision to buy a product or service has commercial purpose. So it involves process buying. Every B2C company requires certain product, service and professional counsel. So every B2C company generates B2B activities. Wherever business is done, you can be sure a host of B2B suppliers and advisory firms are alive. There are B2B companies in every industry from manufacturing to retail. Forrester forecast that B2B e-commerce will reach 1.8 trillion and account for 17% of all B2B sales by 2023, a compound annual growth rate of 10% for B2B e-commerce over next 5 years. B2B modules can be further classified into these types. Manufacturer product produces finished goods on large scale with human resources and infrastructure that are sold to other manufacturers and wholesalers. One of the example is auto industry. Wholesale modules, which can be referred as a trading model, often involving buying goods in bulk in a lower price and sell them in retail value. It is a popular form of B2B. Industries including retail, food services, construction and medical also among them, many of them. A distributor is who works closely with a manufacturer to bring visibility to the goods they are producing with the goal of increasing the sales. Millennial users, also known as Gen X users, are familiar with the internet, mobile devices, and social media. A Google survey says that 89% of B2B researchers uses internet during B2B research process. New research from Demand Gen shows that the majority of millennial holds the director level position or above, while 42% holds the managerial position. So close to half of the B2B millennial buyers are the primary decision makers at their company. This new data proves that millennial generation holds a key position within today's B2B buying teams. This signals that B2B business must change their go-to-market initiative to accommodate the millennial buyers in order to see the future success. New B2B strategies. What will be the most important aspect of successful recovery for B2B companies? During social distancing, there has been a major shift away from in-person and even which could be permanent. To explain this, I think I need to refer to current world condition. Marketing and sales leaders need to operate simultaneously across three horizons: navigating the crisis now, planning for the recovery, leading the next normal. McKinsey Insight Survey released on October 2020, the next normal of sales, what has changed and how to win. B2B decision makers' preference and behaviors have been shifted dramatically since the onset of COVID. The tide has turned. Digital self-service and remote rep interactions are likely to be dominant element of B2B go-to-market model going forward when selling to both SMBs and large enterprises. Do not count on returning to the pre-COVID-19 level of in-person sales and coverage. Only 15 to 20% of B2B buyers wants to interact with sales rep in person. Approximate 88% of B2B decision makers expect remote and digital model to stick around for the longer run. 96% of B2B buyers claims they will make purchase in an end-to-end digital self-serve model. So, e-commerce is no longer a growth hack, it's more of a survival hack. Going digital is the only way. ERP is the backbone of your business. There are serious financial and non-financial boosts to a company who can organize itself around the ERP. An ERP increases efficiency, quality, productivity, and proficiency, helps establishing world-class business practice, brings transparency to operations, demands for empowering and flexibility in the decision making, transforming internal decision process. So let's address how Sage 300 as ERP fits into your landscape to support an e-commerce B2B business channel. Let me hand over to Mr. Akram, who would further explain us how Sage 300 can play a vital role in e-commerce enabled B2B business. Over to you, Akram.
Thank you, Kaushik, once again. Okay, so I am here to talk about Sage ERP as an entire package for the B2B business. So, what all are the features? I will let you know how the B2B business can be incorporated in Sage ERP. So the agenda of as a product of Sage ERP is basically how Sage ERP modules look like, what all functionality we have in Sage ERP, how we handle the foreign currency transaction, how we have a cloud structure where you can access Sage ERP through a browser, how the purchase and sales order is released, and how the information of your customer and vendor is stored into Sage ERP. Now, as Kaushik stated earlier, basically B2B transaction are most a common types of transaction done in supply chain, wherein it starts with the manufacturer and go till the retailer. All the transaction in between, whether it's a distributor, whether it's a wholesaler, which eventually supplies to retailer, all the transaction are known as a B2B transaction. Finished goods can be manufactured, can be sold to individual business purpose, or business transaction as well, and all the things lies under the B2B. Now, Sage ERP is into the B2B environment since the inception of the term called as B2B. Earlier, Sage ERP was known as APPSeCONNECT. The APPSeCONNECT full form is accounting package, and so on. It has grown so much that now it has a full-fledged operational and inventory suite along with the accounting package. Sage ERP is modular in nature. When I talk about module, we have a core finance and accounting module where the general ledgers are maintained, the accounts payable, account receivable, the payment and receipt of the respective invoice can be done. We have GL consolidation, intercompany transaction, that if you have a multiple company, how both the company will talk to each other with respect to Sage ERP. We have multi-currency to do the foreign currency transaction. We have a dedicated bank services where all the bank related transaction, bank reconciliation and all the things are incorporated. We have a tax service where all the GST transaction is taken place and all the impact is done. We have a distribution and operation module as well, which includes the inventory control. It serves end-to-end inventory management in Sage ERP. We have order entry, purchase order, where it have an entire cycle from procure to pay, from sales to receive is included into Sage ERP. Also, we have a written mechanism where in case any discrepancies occur either in purchase side or in sales side, you can mark a return of a product within Sage ERP module. We have a project and job costing module. In this module is basically oriented to an industry which targets projects, which hire a project manager to fulfill certain project, and they want to track that how we are going or dealing with a certain project. So this module fulfills all the needs when it comes to the project business. We have CRM and business intelligence. CRM basically is a customer relationship manager. It helps to have an interaction between the customer, the good relationship, whether there is any query, any service support, all the things can be handled in CRM. We have an enterprise intelligence reporting, which comes built into Sage ERP. Using this intelligence reporting, you have a range, an array of huge number of reporting tools which you can use into day-to-day operation for reporting purpose. Then we have customization and integration capability as well. The customization in terms and optional field system manager, where you can add in or remove certain field within the screen which is not required for your organization. Using the optional field, you can add more fields to the screen to incorporate the detail which you want to feed it into the system. So this all architecture is based on the basically one package into called a Sage Standard ERP. Now, as I told you about the modules which includes the multi-currency transaction and all, over here we have an international business. Okay, whenever a company tends to have a business, they always try to expand. They try to expand overseas, bring business from foreign countries. So Sage ERP is readily capable of handling all those transactions using the currency rates and GL options, where you can declare your company as a multi-currency, so that the company can accept the foreign transaction, whether it is in USD, whether it is in Japanese yen, euro. You can accept the purchase order, as well as you can release the sales order and sales invoice to those particular companies in foreign exchange. We have a currency rate master, where the daily rates can be updated with regards to the currency, which helps in revaluation, as well as it will help in day-to-day transaction with respect to the foreign currencies. Intelligence reporting basically is a key feature of Sage ERP. What it does is, within this module, you will get a huge array of reports. This only not reports which consist of huge data. It can be as small as your inventory stock status, your age payable, age receivable. Also, it can consist of entire company performance. A group company performance can be incorporated into Sage ERP. It's suppose Gantt chart, pie chart, flow chart, all the things, graphical representation. It has a huge array of productivity. Even with a simple training, a user can modify his report and can make use of the particular report into day-to-day basis. A single click will give you the entire detail what you have punched on a daily basis, on a weekly basis. It is also capable of extracting balance sheet, P&L, trial balance on a single click, so that accountant does not have to worry or does not have to verify or to create something manually. Now, as I told that we have if you have a group company and you want to incorporate all the multiple company into a single application, then Sage ERP is the best place to come, where it supports multiple companies into a single application, and all the company can talk to each other using intercompany transactions. So yes, we can have a multiple sets of company into a single application, and they can talk to each other. While doing a B2B business, if it is done on a large scale, there are many locations or many warehouses for a particular company. So inventory management becomes a huge task, that whatever stock is there into our premises and rest of the location, how much we have purchase order for the particular item, how much we have a sales order, what is the damage percentage of a particular item, how much item or what category of an item we are regularly facing the return issue, and what you can say, any damage perspective issue which we are facing. So in inventory management module, we have a tracking mechanism where you can track your item using the serial. You can release the product in a quarantine state. You can have a serial registration. You can give warranty with your product. All these things, all the in and out stock status can be maintained in inventory management. Further moving into inventory management, what it does is it helps you to store your item using multiple unit of measure. Currently, you don't know if you are doing a supply of a certain product, you don't know that you receive PO in terms of pieces or in terms of dozen or in terms of cases. So Sage ERP supports multiple unit of measure defined by its conversion factor. So no matter however you receive the PO, you can enter the same thing into your Sage ERP application so that it will exactly suffice the need what your customer wants. In the location detail, you can track each and every location stock at every single time. On a daily runtime, you can track the details what location has it is in repository, as well as what is there in the purchase order, in the sales order, what is pending. This location can be tracked at each and every level. As I told earlier, we have a cloud mobility as well in SageChem ERP. SageChem ERP can be used as a desktop application and can be used through a web browser. Web browser can be of your desktop, can be of your mobile. It is operable in all the scenario. The only condition is you should have a web browser into it. One of the example I have given over here is pay and receive with cloud mobility. Not only pay and receive, you can punch in inventory transaction, you can do invoicing, and all the other stuff you can do using the web browser itself. You just have to open the web browser, hit the link, and you can do any transaction. You can pay, you can receive, you can accept the accept the inventory into a location, and all the transaction can be done using the web screen itself. Vendor and customer, again, the relationship between the vendor customer basically turns out into a contract in terms of B2B transaction. Every B2B transaction has a deal between certain vendors where they finalize the contract that we will purchase this particular product for 6 months or 3 months in so and so quantity, so that you will give me that product into a 10% discount rate or whatever is agreed. Sage ERP has a built-in functionality of vendor contract cost and customer contract cost. What it does is it will help to enter the contract detail into Sage ERP. So whenever you are doing the transaction, it will pick up those costs from the contract itself. We have a start date and expiration date of a contract, so that after the expiry, it will revert back to the defined unit cost. But whenever you have a contract in place, user don't need to every time go and refer the contract that at which cost we are selling to the customer. The item will automatically appear into the screen with those unit costs only. So this is the main benefit of having Sage ERP, that you can maintain vendor as well as customer contract into Sage ERP. To create an order, we would require the status of an inventory. Okay, obviously, if you want to place a purchase order, for the requirement we can directly place the order. But in Sage ERP, we have an ordering mechanism where whether it is your sales order or whether it is your purchase order, you can directly create your sales order. Such as, in case, you can create your sales order using the purchase requisition, that whatever have got into the inventory, you can release your purchase order whatever is there into the sales order. Also, you can set the inventory into a minimum and maximum unit count, that whenever a minimum unit count is fetched, then the purchase order will be released, so that it won't disturb your transaction. Also, it will fulfill the needs of your customer. So in that case, copy orders and purchase order is very useful, that it will automatically give you the status that this item is not available into the inventory and you need to push it for purchase order, and you will create the same. So this is the basically ordering scheme where multiple selection you will get while creating PO from IC or PO from OE, that you will select all the item or order minimum up to one projected scale item below minimum value. So these are all various scenarios through which a purchase order can be generated, and based on that scenario you can configure Sage Standard ERP that when it should create a purchase order and when it should create a sales order. It will do the thing automatically based on the configuration what you have done into the system. Now the last but the most important part is to capture the information of vendor and customer, also to have a control on both of them, that you can have an information of customer such as the details, the legal name, the address, and all the other things along with the contact person name and details, so that you won't have so that you don't have to search anywhere that for to contact for the particular vendor. So we have all the details which is required to maintain the information of customer and vendor, as well as we can have a customer or vendor for a multiple currency. So Sage Channel is capable. You can set up that for which currency we can receive the PO from this particular customer. Okay, and all the things can be set in Sage Channel ERP. We also have a credit limit functionality for both of them, so that you can set up your credit limit and no one can exceed that until unless we receive the payment in the customer section and we pay the amount in the vendor section. So we have a credit limit functionality into Sage Channel ERP to control the customer as well as the vendor, also to store the information, as much information as we can for both the. Thank you from my side. Kaushik, now you can take it ahead further.
Okay, thank you, Akram, for giving us a detailed insight of out-of-the-box B2B feature of Sage 300. So this was your backend ERP within your campus, within your office. You need a web presence, an e-commerce store with B2B feature enriched. In this session, we are considering Magento, one of the most popular e-commerce framework, as web store. But as we all know, Magento is a B2C framework. So we need a B2B module like B2B eConnect, a product by INSYNC, to extend the feature. With B2B eConnect, you will have customer group allocation, credit limit for every individual account, complex pricing like contract pricing, bulk discount, custom pricing, quotation pricing, minimal order quantity, custom shipping method, purchase order, flexible payment option, request for quotation, customer specific catalog, cart rule, purchase approval, registration and order approval, and many more. Your front end and back end is ready. Your backend ERP and e-commerce platform should work together. Your stock should be up to date. Your offer price for the account should be up to date. Customer account information always should be in sync, like a contact person, like sales rep. Account manager should know the shipping status. Your account should be updated with payment information. All this should be on real time. So you need an integration platform like APPSeCONNECT, which is also a product by INSYNC, where you'll have real-time business process integration, SaaS and on-premise support, full process-based process designing, real-time integration package, quick and easy implementation, secure data exchange, complete data tracking and error handling, ready to deploy integration package, and full SDK support for the partners. Now integration B2B e-commerce for Sage 300 set and ready. Let us see more video AV that will give us insight of the solution that just we have designed. So now we are going to play a video of account synchronization or company synchronization. Now we will see how the contact person synchronization will happen. Sales rep can be synchronized from Sage 300 to Magento. Okay, another important feature is credit limit that has to be synchronized properly on real-time basis. So this is how it will happen. So your B2B customer information or account information is up to date in both the system. We just have shown you as a manual process, but this can be configured and this can be scheduled. So the whole thing can be automated. Just for limitation of time that we have shown you the customer or account integration, account information integration, but maybe in the next session we'll be talking about order processing. With this, I would like to end this webinar. We'll be happy to take your queries. Anmol, if you can help us.
Yes, I'm just any questions. So there are a lot of questions. Kaushik.
Okay, in that case, I think we have a very limited period of time to actually we have to finish this within a time. So can we take that queries and we can answer over email?
Yes, that will be better if we can answer all the questions over email.
So a recorded version of this webinar will be available. Thank you very much for being here in this webinar. If you have any queries further, please reach out us in sales@insync.co.in or the number that you have given. We have given it here. And Akram.
Yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you from my side. You can reach out us at sales@sagesoftware.co.in or call us at the number is mentioned on the screen. Thank you everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Akram, for being here and joining us in this webinar. It was very informative and thanks a lot.
Thank you, Coach. My pleasure.